And eventually we'll get to the end of this castle here. I know what I have to do. It just I basically have to take this sword and put it through the old lady's skull. But I'm sort of pissing around here with fighting sort of the underlings. I don't know if it gives me more loot or not. I imagine it does, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. I know there's a mission coming up though that I'm not going to be able to do that on because I don't know. It's one of the difficult missions to do because you're at level cap and they're at level cap, so you have the same level, but for some reason their defense and offense and weapons seem to vastly outclass you to the point that you try to hit them with a spell and you're like, okay, that should do 90 damage, and it does 12. And then you go, okay, well, I'll try this physical attack. And you go to attack, physically attack the person, only to find out that the physical attack's only doing 20 damage. Oh, okay, I'll use a finisher. Finishers are doing 100. This guy's got 1,000 HP. Okay, so that's fine and dandy that your finishers are doing 100, but you're gonna do 10 finishers to knock his ass out? Ay. Can't reach it. How unfortunate. Big damage though. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Big damage. Go, aerosol. Aerosol. I think I mentioned in an earlier episode, some of these names are just ridiculous to me. I'm sure there's a person out there named like some variation of aerosol. Like, how in Final Fantasy VII, one of your female companions, his name is Aerith. Aerith. I don't know. There's a debate on that. I don't care. Talk about it anymore. But
that's 3 times you've bested me, boy.
Yes. I'm going to leave though. Oof.
If Zapan thinks I'll abandon my sister, he's sorely mistaken.
That's true. Yeah, I can't recruit a boss. Most of these other characters are not going to be in my wheelhouse to recruit either. Flyhander. Sonic Blade. Fearful Impact. Alright, here comes in a physical attack. Yep, that's such a great combo. Gives you breach, gives you fear. Like a Malibro, man. Not quite that bad, but it's kind of like, let's dump all the stats on, or all the status effects on you right now. So not only will you be poisoned, fearful, breached, have no ability to cast spells, have no ability to move. It's like, jeez, a little overkill there, buddy. What else? My guys are dying left and right here. Gonna have to say goodbye to Grandma here in a second. Oh yeah, I was talking about names. Aerosol. That's such a weird. It's such a like. Okay, so you could have Eris. Okay. I mean, even when I want to go Cyril, that's kind of like a. It's such a weird variation of the name. And I know, like, none of the other people have normal names, pretty much normal names either. You're not going to name your kid Canopus or Folkert. Probably. Octavia, probably not. Olivia, maybe, but not Octavia. Alright, let's put an end to this. No luck. So you can see some of my timers are now down to 1. So before that Canopus's timer gets to 0, I'm going to have to kill the witch, regardless if I can kill the other people on the board. Wow. Eat it, you know. Well, this is a macing to the head. Goodbye. Nope, can't do it. Won't work. Works on dead bodies too. Bink, bink, bink. Dark weight. Oof. Alright, I'm gonna hit you in the head with this stick. Bonk.
I didn't know. I was too quick to judge. The spirits have told me everything. The wheel finally comes around. With luck, I'll find my sons waiting.
Dead.
I'm coming, sister.
Not something you usually say to your sister. Alright, we're going to go inside the what's it called? Building. Inside the castle now. There's just a straight shot to the passageway. We're going to save though, because this is one of the more challenging fights that you have to do, because it's a one-on-one. It's going to require me to revise Denim a little bit here. So in that quick cut you probably couldn't even see happen, I switched Denim over to a Paladin. The reasoning is not great, but basically, or not a Paladin, he got switched over to a Knight, and Knights have the ability to proc Phalanx, and Phalanx will highly reduce your damage.
Vice!
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You can't! We were allies!
Fool. I know the proper use for a hostage.
Oh!
You just fucking cold
You're
murdered
next,
Stan there.
Denim.
What have you done with Koshua?
What have you done with Kashua?
Denim!
Denim! He just kind of pushes her sprite along the background there.
Unhand my sister.
Oh, I will. But first, you and I have a score to settle.
Me versus you.
There must be some other way. Hear me out.
Talk, talk, talk. Let our steel speak instead.
So, Vice has two kind of big advantages. He's faster than me. So every few rounds he's gonna get an extra
Vice,
attack.
It doesn't have to end like this.
Ever since we were boys, you could do no wrong. They lavished praise on you while I looked on, forgotten. Is it because of our fathers, do you think? The son of a respected Abuna, and the son of a luscious drunkard. It was a relief when he died. But nothing changed. Why did they hate me? What flaw have I that you...
This is a fantasy. You're my friend.
Friendship's not gonna solve this one, Denim. Sorry to say. So this would help me a little bit. I don't know what Fortify does though. I think it's defense, but I'm not sure. So, in addition to switching him from, switching him over to Knight, I also switched his elemental affinity because I was on the wrong side of the affinity scale. I.e., Denim was ice previously.
What became of our friendship?
Which meant he was bad against
Did I hide my
fire.
hatred so well. I was never your friend. Oh, how I envied you. Your father, the good Abuna. Your sister, all beauty and grace.
Joshua thinks of you as a second brother.
If you could only hear yourself. You've always been the one she cares for. Not even your father was good enough for her. You're the only one she trusts. The only one she loves.
A little jealousy there. So one of the things, if you choose that, so yeah, I'm on the good side of the elemental scale, which is going to make this battle easier for me. I was originally on the wrong side. I was ice, which meant every attack I was at a disadvantage at. Defensively, offensively. This right here is going to help me increase the number of times my skills proc, which will help immensely because that'll allow me to proc Phalanx more. Phalanx will basically reduce the ability for him to do damage to me. That is a big boy attack that I'm gonna have to be aware of.
No, it's not too late. Whatever you may say, I was a friend to you, and I would be so again.
I want no betrayer for a friend. The Duke and Leonard have placed their faith in me. They
I was I could have probably also done this as a Dark
They
Knight,
only use you.
but I would have had to
When
get to
you've
the
outlived
point where
their
I could
usefulness,
use
they'll throw you to
fear
the wolves.
and hit
You
him,
have it the wrong way round. I am no baby
and then that would
woods,
basically negate
waiting
his
for
defense,
companionship. I
provided
am
that he
wolf,
can't offset
and
the
I will
fear.
use them as I see fit.
Yeah, he's pretty, there it is, Phalanx 2. Gonna highly reduce damage. Also, I'm gonna do this and run away like a little baby. See? 500 damage. I'm gonna run over here where you can't get me. Because I have that skill which will prevent you from doing that. So now, heal to Christopher, or heal to Denim. Idiot. Now my big downfall with this is I had been training Denim with one-handed swords, and knights cannot use two-handed swords. So I don't have a finisher with Denim because of that. However, I took every other advantage, including, like I said, elemental. I'm running +1 scimitar, which is good against humans. And then, of course, I have Phalanx and the ability to heal myself as needed. And you see I keep proccing it too, which is great. Yeah, I am slowly whittling down his health, so about 2 more attacks here, but I have to be aware that eventually he's going to pull his, probably right here, he's he's gonna pull his super again. Heal. And then we'll run away. Because you moved down there like an idiot. And now you're gonna have to chase me down. He's gonna give me another ability to heal again. So that's why using Knight in this situation is usually super great. Now, like I said, you could probably do this if you could probably figure out how to do this with Dark Knight. I don't think you would have very much success with any mage type class. Yeah, we didn't finish our battle, but
Enough of this! Stay your blades!
so this is the point where we're going to choose whether we want to continue down the chaos
But
path
he's as good as
or we're
dead.
headed to neutral.
Easy, Vice. Our circumstance has changed.
But it was you who ordered his death.
Stop talking and listen. You'll want to hear this too, Denham. Rhyme has fallen. The Buckram will soon be here.
But Sir Lancelot...
Dead. Fled. I know not. But we no longer have the luxury of fighting amongst ourselves. Denham, you must join the Duke. What's done is done. Our true foe stands before us.
Have you gone mad? He's a traitor.
Enough, Vice. Did you hear nothing I said?
So, much like the first choice that we made earlier in the game,
fight, Denham.
whatever we
You
do,
dream of a
Vice is
world
going to choose
free
the
of war
opposite.
and hatred. A worthy dream, and reasonable. But reason alone cannot move men to act. Is that how you want this to end? Will you let your father go unavenged? Join us. If not for yourself, then for the Wallister.
You're right, this is no time to fight. This is the neutral path. You know I can't do that. That keeps you on the chaos
Buckram
path.
are our true enemy. We must work together if we are to stop them.
Good. You see the truth of it. I expected no less of our young hero.
You've both gone mad. I'll take no part in this.
Vice, wait!
But like I said, Vice does the opposite
Let
of
him
whatever
go.
you do.
We must away to the Duke.
If you choose to not join the Duke here, and you go, I cannot forgive the Duke for what he did,
Vice! Damn him!
basically you leave the castle and Vice stays with the Resistance. And like I said, you continue down the chaos path, whereas this we're going to a neutral path. But there is one thing I have to note. After spending all of that time working to get Esrel, her loyalty has just taken a humongous tank. Whatever she was at previously, she's now at like 10% loyalty.
Am I so naive? Do I know so little of the world?
So, despite the fact, this top goes like that, that means this is the neutral path, even though you think the neutral path would be the center path, it's not. The neutral path goes north, and the chaotic path
4
stays
weeks
center.
passed since the fall of the Archaeopolis of Rhine. Swift on the heels of their victory, the Buckram continued their southward march. Their advance proceeded, until they met an unyielding line of fierce Wallister and Galgastani resistance. This left the Gorboza plain locked in a bitter stalemate, with neither side able to score the decisive blow needed to gain the upper hand. Abuna Brunton, leader of the Buckram armies, needed a quick solution. Their forces stood equally matched. Should Duke Ronray succeed in bringing the whole of the Gargastani army to his side, the scales would tilt sharply in the Duke's favor. The Abuna beseeched the Dark Knights for aid, yet they showed no signs of stirring from Fidok Castle. Unsure as he was of his own forces, Duke Ronray took little consolation in the Dark Knight's restraint. In private, he had begun to wonder whether the pact they had struck still held. Now, both sides waited, the stone that would tip the balance in their favor.
So sort of like the Bakram resistance was talking about, they didn't want the Duke to succeed because with the other half of the island under their control, it would create a stalemate situation between the two armies.
To act without leave of the High
So now this is the Dark Knights reprimanding the guy who created the chaos at that village.
Each time you've ignored your orders. Only now do you deign to grace these halls. I am galled.
Galling, yes. The obstinate lout. Go on. Beg forgiveness.
You talk too much, Martin, and I have an ill temper. What was I to do? Deny the regent?
What a good name, Barbarous.
Impossible. We do not answer to Branton. Speak true. You learned that the Zenobian knights were in Rhyme and sought to do battle. Is it not so?
Enough, Balsaphon. What's done is done.
Welcome back, Lord Commander. Ah, I see Ozma and Oz accompany you.
What word of the Wallister?
They rally their troops on Golborza, yet they do not make to march.
I should think not. The Duke has but a tenuous grasp on Galgastan.
Yep.
Dispatch an envoy. Explain our position to the Duke, and renew our vow to remain unaligned.
And the Bakram? I cannot imagine the regent sits idle.
Brandon will be made Hierophant. His age-old wish fulfilled. If that does not content him, nothing will. Controlling the Isles is not our mandate, nor can we afford the Zenobians to perceive elsewise. If we are to avoid giving them cause to intervene in Valeria, we must shun the sword in favor of the olive branch. So long as we are the advocates of peace, they dare not act. Is that clear, Barbas?
Aye.
I'm sending you to Heim.
But Heim is leagues from the front.
Steady, Barbas. I do not intend for you to serve as a castellan for the regent, if that is your fear. Abuna Prancet was being held in Heim Castle. Unfortunately, a band of rebels saw fit to free him.
Yes, the same Abuna Prancet we talked about earlier.
The work of the Liberation Front, no doubt. Regardless, I would prefer our true task remain secret.
Our true task.
Manaflora's whereabouts elude us. And now, the Abuna, the only man who might know, has gone missing as well. Barbas, I task you with a mission of utmost import. Recapture Abuna Prancet, whatever the cost.
Yes, Lord Commander.
The two of you are to deal with the Liberation Front. Too long have we suffered them to move unchecked.
On the honor of House Glacius, my brother and I will see it so.
Common rabble. There'll be little trouble.
And Doris's search for Manaflora is to continue. You and Martin are to proceed with our negotiations with the Duke.
As my lord wishes, so shall it be.
What part of the Galgastani have joined our cause?
Half their men, perhaps a little more. Another third have deserted.
Then the rest are loyalists who will cleave to Balbatos until the bitter end.
Few as they are, they were the backbone of his army, the best of the best. Their support in the crofts and villages runs deep. They'll not fall easily.
Who better to see that they do? Spare not a moment.
It shall be done.
The Bakram show no signs of moving further south. There's solace in that. Perhaps some faint breath remains in our pact with the Dark Knights. Let us send another envoy and remove all doubt. And you, my hero of Goliath, are to hunt down Vice Bozek, who fled behind the enemy's lines scarce a month past.
Must we avenge ourselves upon him?
You do not understand the creature you hunt. Indeed, he must seem a strange species to you. You and I share common conviction, however different our methods and means. Else why would you have returned to my halls? Vice is different. He fights not for convictions or ideals, but out of some base bloodlust. Unguided by higher philosophy, he acts without thought. Judged by your measure, he is useless. And how that must enrage him. Now he thrusts this rage at you, his one-time friend, a hero to all the world. I had held out hope that Vice might return this past month. But too much time has passed. Were we to wait any longer, we risk him becoming a grave threat to our resistance.
But to put a price on his head, is that not going too far?
It pains me, truly. But it is the needful course, Kashua.
Will you say nothing in his defense, Denham?
Do not look for Vice to return. Not while I'm still here.
As ever. My words fall on deaf ears. Fine. Do as you like.
Kashua!
Let her go, Denham.
Then we are agreed? Ah, I'd nearly forgotten. Sir Mirden has returned.
He has. Were there any others?
He and Warren. That's all. Warren suffered a grievous wound. No doubt a visit from you would do much to cheer him.
The men stand ready, Sir Leona.
I will join them with all haste. Denham, let's away. I know this sits ill with you, but it is our duty.